So, I mean, we talked about a couple episodes ago how she was going to be faced with protests at UNI. She didn't go. So, you know, I think she's probably been aware for a while now that, like, you know, a lot of the citizens in the state are not happy with the job that she's been doing. Rightfully so. But this thing that came out, let's see, when did it come out? Updated on April 10th. So, okay, so was that literally the day that she... I don't have my calendar pulled. I think that... So it either came out on Friday or Monday. I thought it came out, Thursday or Friday of last weekend. I thought it came out Thursday, but maybe it came out the same day that she ended up resigning. But anyways, let's just look at this. Let's look at this beautiful chart. Now you see, the U.S., United States of America. Every state is green except one in the middle. Why is that? Well, it turns out that this is a poll that was conducted about the approval ratings of all 50 governors in this state. And guess what one? Just guess what one got dead last. Not only, and I'll pull this up, the stats here. Not only did this bitch score dead last in this poll, she is the only governor to receive negative. She actually went negative in the approval ratings more than any other governor. Which, like, and you know, especially, and this is another thing to think about, especially in the climate that we're in, where Donald Trump is the president, there does seem to be more of a popular, just in the U.S. as a whole. I mean, that's always been the case in Iowa, but especially the U.S. I mean, newly in the U.S. as a whole, there seems to be more support for the Republican Party and Donald Trump as himself in general. So to see this amidst all that is just, it's mind-boggling. It's really insane. And in classic Kim Reynolds, in classic politician fashion, she saw the signs. She was like, okay, this, because, like, oh my God, like, it'd be, if, here's the thing, if there were like 5 other, let's say 2-3 other governors that also went negative, she would probably still be in the position she's in. She would probably still be seeking a third term. But because this just so glaringly put a target, not even a target, just pinpointed her as the thing that, like, you know, anybody I mean, obviously I'm in Des Moines, I'm in a city that's going to be more heavily Democrat. So, I mean, there's obviously going to be some slanting in how, you know, people view Kim Reynolds just at a base level, right? Just because she is a Republican governor. But, you know, I talk to people that are, you know, conservative and, you know, a hardcore. That's like the one thing I think every person of political, whatever political side you're on, they've been able to agree. Yes, this woman is fucking awful. So I just wanted to play her her farewell address, or not even her farewell address. Her just saying that she's not seeking a third term. I just wanted to play this more so just to, like, relish in it. Truly just to relish in what this awful person is saying as you know, she'll be stepping down from the third election. So let's just play this.
Serving as your governor has been the greatest honor of my life, an opportunity that not so long ago I never could have imagined. When I first entered public service in the Clark County Treasurer's Office, I never expected that one day I would have the privilege of leading this great state.
That might be true.
And I never would have imagined the things that we would accomplish together. But Iowa is a place where anything is possible.
You know what's so funny about this? Like, she, in like the pauses of her, when she's speaking, her facial expression just still goes to bitch. She's like, I don't know if you guys saw that right back there, but that's.
Have the full heart and a place where anything is possible, and I am forever grateful for the trust that you have placed in me. Today I want to share a personal decision with you, one that was not made lightly, but comes with a full heart and a deep sense of gratitude.
I think it was pretty
After
light.
a lot of thought, prayer, and conversations with my family, I have decided that I will not seek re-election in 2026. This wasn't an easy decision because I love this state and I love serving you. But when my
You
term
don't
ends,
serve us.
I will have had the privilege of serving as your governor for almost 10 years.
You serve
and before
yourself.
That, as lieutenant governor and state senator. This public service has been an incredible journey, one that I wouldn't trade for anything. But as Iowans know, family is everything. And through the years, my parents and my husband Kevin, our daughters and our grandchildren have stood by my side, supporting me through every challenge and every victory. And now it's time for me to be there for them, to help them through the next stage of life, to watch every track meet and basketball game.
This almost kind of, and we can honestly just stop it here because if I can even control the goddamn thing, we can just stop it there because that's basically it. I watched, I shouldn't even say I watched the whole thing. I think that's really as far as it got. But I think this was worth watching because I think it's just a subtle reminder of how disingenuous this woman is. The day after, or maybe even the day of, this poll comes in, and we clearly see how awful this woman is doing in the polls. She uses her family as an excuse, and that's really kind of. It'd be one thing if there was some. Maybe there is some genuineness to it, like, being someone in government, being a politician. Like, yeah, that definitely takes time away from your family for sure. And I don't know anything about her family. Maybe her family's great. Who knows? I kind of doubt it, but who knows, right? I'm not gonna shit on them. I don't know who they are. I have never seen them speak, so I'm not gonna put that on them, right? But just to use the people who you supposedly love and care about in your life and kind of use them as a shield to say this is really the reason why I'm dropping out. It shows to just how fake this person is. And look, I'll go a step further. I'll even go a step further in saying, I think if Kim Reynolds, if what she said in that video was true, that it was her joy and her duty to serve Iowans, she should have resigned today or Friday, I guess. That day she should have resigned. If you are a public official and you actually care about what the people think, about what the people you're serving think, and you can clearly see that they are dissatisfied to the point where you're the lowest ranking governor in the state, the good thing to do would be to resign. And look, at the end of the day, this is a win, right? This is a win that this woman's stepping down. On the Unhinged episode posting Wednesday, I know me and Lolo kind of got into it about, if things are actually going to get better, if they're going to get worse. I stand by. I do think that this is going to get better. I do think things are going to get better for the state of Iowa, because you have to look at this, right? If you and this is the beauty of the day and age of social media, right? What I've done on this podcast, what we've done on the Unhinged podcast, talking about Kim Reynolds over and over and over again. That force of people. I'm not even saying I'm like a powerful podcast by any means, but there's so many other people like me who are like constantly putting pressure, have been putting pressure on this woman for years, showing her that, hey, you're actually a scumbag and you're a tyrant and you don't give a fuck about the people in Iowa. The fact that precedent has been set, and that she is actually taking action, she is actually resigning, that's so hopeful in my mind.